My name is Hudson White. I am 42 years old and I am competing in my first natural classic physique competition. I have been in a calorie deficit for over 4 months and I have lost 30 pounds. Is this a good or bad thing? Let's find out. First thing in the morning, fasted. I'm gonna be getting my blood work done. I'm the most interested to see where my testosterone is because I had it checked a couple months back before I started doing this. It was at 550, which I was happy with, but I've been in a calorie deficit for almost, what,
Many
4.5
months.
Yeah, a long time. I don't feel like a wreck, but I feel symptoms of what I think could possibly be lower testosterone. I am, definitely feeling fatigued much more than I normally am. I would say that's probably one of the biggest symptoms, and we'll just see what happens. Blood work is all finished and taken care of, and now it's on to our next adventure. We are both fasted because now we are going to be doing both a water and caliper test. We're going to be going to Central Oregon Community College. JT is going to be getting it done for us. Really great guy, really great college. We've done this a couple times in the past with me and my dad, then me and Brandon and Michaela. Now we have to have Aga join in on the fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Where do you think your fat's gonna be at?
Oh man, so I have worked harder than I ever have in my life to try to make this possible. Man, I would really hope it's, I'm thinking it might be between maybe like 8, I guess.
I think you're lower.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm being hard on myself. I just,
Yeah.
you lose all kind of
you're
objection.
very lean. Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're much lower.
Yeah. Because I'm getting that point where I look in the mirror now and I'm like, am I ready? Do I look good? I don't know.
It's probably hard looking at yourself every day and trying to see the difference, and when you're so much in it, it's harder to see the progress you've made.
See the forest from the trees.
Yeah.
That's why I think it does get to the point where you do have to do things such as like this water test, fat caliper, testosterone, blood work.
That's just on paper, you
Yeah.
see exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But huge props to you too, because Aga maybe didn't know what she was getting into. What am I kidding? She knew what she was getting into marrying a buff dude, and you've been kicking ass, honey. Of course, we did your video not too long ago. That was great, and she never stopped. She's still been doing it. So
going.
yeah. So having said that, what do you think your body fat percentage is at?
I don't know. I would try to be conservative. I think 18.
18? Okay.
Honestly, it's hard to even know like what. I don't know how it's supposed to look like. What does? I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
here we go.
Exciting.
The results are in.
A moment in time where you still had air. Okay. That one was your stillest measurement yet.
So it was a straight line.
I gave it all I could on that one.
That was a new PR, man. 4.7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did beat it. Yep. 4.7%.
That's crazy.
And on average, 5.3 kilograms is what you weighed underwater there. So your lean mass, if we use this 4.7% and say that that's 100% accurate, your lean mass is almost 187 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so which means you only have about 9 pounds of fat on you.
Wow.
Yeah, on your whole body. So that's pretty damn impressive. So now you can track your actual composition. You're not just tracking your weight. You can track lean mass and fat mass.
amazing.
So 186 pounds of lean mass, 9 pounds of fat. It's much more helpful to track those two numbers rather than just weight. Because us big guys, our weight fluctuates quite a bit throughout the day. Like mine fluctuates like 7 or 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Right, so just tracking your weight isn't always helpful, especially when we're talking, half a pound or a pound of fat. So this is going to be way more detailed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
I know when I started January 1st, I was about like 222 pounds. So yeah, and now I'm waking up at about like 195. I didn't really do anything extreme. In fact, I think that's why it's so good. JT, do I kind of just work my way
just stay
forward?
underwater and come off of that,
Okay.
and you can stand up.
Yeah, I never did anything extreme. I was just kept in that constant slight calorie deficit, just with the really intense training for the 4.5 month time period.
Right.
But I can tell physically I'm about ready to get back to my normal eating routine.
Yeah, oh God, I can only imagine. Well, you're both sinkers, so that's good.
That's good.
All right, good job. That is your new record.
I really tried to keep the.
Yeah, that one you got down to 14.5.
Oh, wow.
So you see you chipped off a whole percent there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
5%. That is a body fat percentage I didn't think I could ever get to. And it kind of reminds me of that scene in Empire Strikes Back when Luke says, "I don't believe it." And Yoda said, "And that is why you fail." And I feel like that was my problem for many years, is when you don't really believe you can do something, you've already defeated yourself. And this whole process, man, I gotta say, I could stop right here because I'm so happy with being able to achieve that. That was the biggest goal from the beginning. It was, how much could I push my body physically and how strong could I stay mentally at 42 as a natural who has never done TRT or anabolic steroids in his entire life. Now I can say this is possible. And man, more and more, it's just men in their 30s and 40s. Are you on TRT or should you be taking it soon? And a part of me goes, how much of that is like the men's wellness industry convincing all of us that we have to begin doing things like that at that age because they're billion-dollar industries. And I don't want to get into all of that, but I'm just happy that I was able to do it using whole foods, exercise. We've always had that extremely minimalist DIY approach to training and nutrition. So I am just super pumped that yes, it does work. And I'm proof of that. But there is something that I'm still extremely curious about, and that is my blood work and testosterone results. The positive, of course, is I'm looking lean, I'm looking very muscular, but your body is in survival mode. It doesn't really care how you look. And with the abs, I've also noticed some other things, like I've gotten really gaunt, I've aged, I've got like a lot of lines and wrinkles in my face I didn't see before, because your body isn't like, well, I'll just take some fat from like the love handles or whatever. It's like, I'm gonna take it from everywhere. So with every positive, I swear there's always like a little bit of a drawback as well. And those are some of the drawbacks I've noticed. As far as energy levels and things of that nature, there's some days I get this crazy fatigue. It's almost like pre-flu symptoms where I literally just have to sit down. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on, but I cannot operate right now. That's probably the worst thing I've noticed. I love the foods I've been eating. I think the problem is I'm just not eating enough of the food. I could continue this diet forever, but I just need more calories because I've been in a calorie deficit for 4.5 months now, and I'm starting to feel it. It's like my body's telling me every day, eat a little bit more food, man. The sad thing is at night, I'm always in a really good mood in a way because I'm like, yes, if I can just go to bed, that way I can have breakfast in the morning and have some more calories and have some more food. So I would say the beginning of the day, I just pop right out of bed because I am ready to eat. So that's kind of an unexpected benefit, I guess you could say in a way, but also a little bit of a drawback because in the evening, more than anything, I'm just suffering. But I just got my results back. So I'm gonna head to my computer and I'm gonna check out to see what my testosterone levels are looking at with 5% body fat as a 42-year-old. So here we go. Here are the results. Oh my word, 174. Before beginning this, my testosterone I was very happy with. It was 550, so it has crashed pretty hard. So there we go. That is the price you have to pay for trying to look good. And looking the way I do is arguable. Some people find it good, some people don't find it good. I myself feel the best when I'm about 215 pounds, probably between 12 to 15% body fat. That's what I was tested when I was at 550 testosterone. So now at 195 pounds, after having been in a calorie deficit for 4.5 months and maintaining a very rigorous exercise routine, you can see the results and it's right here. Am I concerned? Not really, because I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, but I'm also very happy that I've only got a week left because I wouldn't want to continue on this road. And it kind of shows you the extreme conditions you got to put your body through. And this is as a natural. This isn't even doing it on enhancements, steroids, TRT, things of that nature. I am not really well informed in that area, but I would love to hear some comments from those of you who are a little bit more knowledgeable in maybe the side effects of that. Of course, there's the big ones, hair loss, testicular shrinkage, things of that nature. But it would be cool to get some other insight as well. But in the meantime, 1 week left. I'm gonna push through and do this with my low testosterone, get on stage. It would be very interesting to see what it's gonna be like the day of the show. I'm sure it's gonna be even lower. And then I'll make sure and check back in a future video with blood work and testosterone a few months after the show to see where I'm at. So now I'm gonna go and let my wife Aga beautify me, because that's the next step of this contest, is to look pretty in front of those judges. So I'm gonna get to work on that now. There's gonna be waxing, there's gonna be all kinds of really, really fun stuff. And by fun, I mean excruciating. So I will see you in the next episode. Playlist for the entire series is below. Check it out, follow my journey, and until next time, stay buff.